Sometimes I feel like when we do this, I feel like I'm a gamer, you know?
Yeah, the headphones on.
The headset with a gamer. Why do gamers wear that? Because they communicate with other nerds,
You're
eh?
in
Gamers.
Yeah, you're in teams and that, like working together as a strike force
Yeah.
or on a basketball court.
Is that what they... So they team up, so they make new friendships on the internet.
Yeah, they have faux friends. And they tell you they have lots of friends. They'll say, "Oh, me and my mates." They're not mates.
They've never met in real life, have they?
You'll notice when you go to the online settings, they don't ever call the people that you connect with on their mates. It's just friends lists.
Oh, okay.
Because they're friends, are not mates.
Jeff the Conqueror 739.
Yeah. David Hawkins 254. He's a fuckwit.
I've never got into gaming.
Haven't you? Do you not game at all?
What's that?
Do you not game at all?
I do game, but I don't game like gamers game.
Yeah.
You know, I'd never wear a headset and sit in one of those ergonomic chairs.
Oh, yeah, because we played NBA. You came back and beat me.
Yeah, I smashed your NBA 2K. So that's pretty much the only game I play. Although I did play Red Dead Redemption last night. Have you played that game?
No.
It's fantastic. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but
slower.
On horses.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's set in like the 1800s, I think it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
You go
can't
around
knock
killing
it.
people and like drinking at the bars and it goes all blurry on the horse.
Actually, that's pretty much the game.
Can you sleep with prostitutes like on Grand
Yep.
Theft Auto?
Yep, there's prostitutes.
Did they have prostitutes in the 1800s?
Oh, wenches, I think.
Wenches, they were called wenches.
Yeah.
Actually,
What's
traditionally...
the oldest profession? Of course they did.
Whatever.
Prostitution is the oldest profession.
So before any other job, that was the first job.
It's even older than real estate agents.
Well, you know how that started, eh? That was from a guy.
A real estate agent.
No.
Oh, prostitution.
Yeah,
I don't think it was a...
He would have wanted to sleep with a girl, and she would have said, no, fine, I'll give you $100. Okay. And then she would have, fuck, that was pretty easy. And then so she just started charging.
Yeah. And that's why I'm adamant that you don't get your partner gifts. Because it's the same thing.
Because they end up like that.
They end up like that. It's a form of... It's not prostitution, but it's definitely... It's a gateway action. It's a gateway action to prostitution. So that's why I'm a firm advocate of never, ever getting your partner a gift. Yep. And they can get you a gift for sure. Yes. Because there's no such thing as a male prostitute.
Yeah, there's no such thing. You can't be a man whore. That's all rubbish.
That's not a thing.
It's actually not a good thing. The more women you sleep with as a male, the better you are as a partner.
Yeah.
Long term.
That's true. I've heard that too, because you get it out of your system.
So if you're a girl, you want to find a guy that's fucked at least 80 women.
Heaps of chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're quite hard to find. You know, guys will lie and say they've slept with a hundy. You know, I've slept with 36.
36?
Woman,
I have no idea. It wouldn't be
hard
36,
for a man like
though.
you. Yeah, it'd be double that.
Which is crazy because you look at how obviously
you are.
athletic, handsome, and talented I am. You'd think I'd just be, fucking my way around the world, but it's not true at all.
No, you didn't. That didn't happen. They did it at all when you were like pro surfing and traveling around the world. There was no way you were manipulating it like that.
No way. I would never do that. That's a horrible thing to do.
No, you were
and I'm sure that goes on in like the professional surfing ranks.
Some of them.
Yeah, I bet a lot of them just fuck their way around the world.
You can see which ones would.
They'd have a winch. They'd have a winch in every port.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Yeah. Who do you think would be the biggest man whore on the WSL?
The biggest man whore?
Yeah. Not that that's a term, but just a phrase for this conversation.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know any of the guys on there.
I'd probably
who's on there?
Well, Filippo Laledo.
No, he's got a missus. Doesn't mean that he's not going to fuck his way around the world, though.
Right.
We got to take.
Does she go to every port?
I don't think she does. And that's what we've got to take into account. It's not if they have a partner or not, because that doesn't really. That's not going to affect these guys.
What about Turo Benzo? Is he still doing it?
Turo Benzo, I think he's
a slut.
He's a slut. He's fucked. Turo Benzo, he's fucked like most of the chicks on tour, I think.
Yeah.
Because Turo Benzo, he's got those long flowing locks.
Yeah, I know. He does have. They look nice to hold on to. He was going to come to the New Zealand event as well. People were worried because he was a bit hardcore at the time.
Turo Benzo was? Yeah. Yeah, he would have just stayed in town where all the girls are. Because you go at the beach here. You go to any coastal town in New Zealand, there are no females there.
He would have been down at Danny Doolan's trying to pick up chicks for anal.
You don't have to go into specifics about someone's sexual preferences. We're just trying to speak about, who is more of a man whore on tour. And Toro Benzo is definitely, he's probably the top dog.
Known pest.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Alfredo Gonzalez is probably second.
I've never heard about his sexual activity, but it's nice to know that he's up there.
I think he was quite selective. He was quite selective.
Is it true that the better surfer you are, the more sex you need, because it's just sort of the power and the balance and the riding, and it just sort of makes you really, really built up?
Yeah, well, I think it has something to do with your like testosterone levels, and usually someone who has like superior athletic prowess, they have a lot of testosterone flowing through their loins, so they need to harness that, and to express that sexual energy, and the best way to do it is by bedding many women.
Even when they're married and that, eh?
Well, yeah. But a lot of those guys, like a lot of professional athletes, they have relationships where their partner has an understanding that whenever they are out and about and gallivanting around the world, that they
are pumping around. You have to accept that as the wife of a pro athlete, actually, and that's part of the deal.
Yeah, and you see that with many sports, with many professional athletes. They have a pass. You know, because the WAGs, is that what they're called?
Yeah, yep.
Wives and
women after gentlemen.
Wives and girlfriends. That's
that's
the acronym.
Okay.
They know that that's what they've signed up for when you date or you marry a professional athlete.
I thought the WAGs was also to do with the way that they sort of wiggle.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not literal.
They're not wagging.
No. So that's that is one of the not just the money, the fame, and the accolades that come with being a professional athlete. One of the main ones is that you get a free pass to fuck. You get a free pass to fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never had that.
I never had that. I've never had that. I've never ever been a professional athlete.
But you know what? You know where they won't be fucking now is the Pipemasters, because that kicked off again. But what I didn't realise is that there's no crowd. There's no crowd on the beach at Pipeline.
What?
So there's no chance for these dudes like Toro Benzo and Gustavo Galeano.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to be fucking their way through Hawaii because there's no crowd. There's no girls on the beach waving their Peruvian
with
flags.
With their cell phone number
or their Instagram handle.
Honey.
Yeah, there's none of them on the beach. So Toro Benzo and Gustavo Galeano, they're done now. Like, I mean, I guess there's probably Tinder, but with all the restrictions and rules and regulations around COVID over in the States and Hawaii, like these guys are going to be dry dick for like the whole Hawaiian season.
And why would they turn up? Like they're good surfers, but they're known for their aftermath. You know.
They are.
They're better to wait until social distancing gone and they can French kiss again.
Yeah, I mean those guys specifically, like Toro Benzo and Gustavo Galeano's, like they are known, like that's part of their personality, part of their marketing,
training,
is that they are these like sexual beasts in the surfing world.
It's funny because like you see them paddling for those big waves at Pipeline, it's steep and they're about to pitch, and then they sort of just
gyrate a little bit more, don't they?
They're thrusting the board.
Well, that helps you get down the face a bit easier.
Oh, does it?
But with those guys, it's definitely more pronounced because of their overwhelming levels of testosterone and their want and their need to fuck. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them at the moment. I think Toro Benzo actually got knocked out this morning in the Pipemasters.
Oh, so he'll be on the gas now.
He'll be on it now.
About.
But yeah, like I was saying,
it's a small piece out.
Yeah, apparently he's wielding.
Like a pigeon.
But the thing was that with the rules and regulations in Hawaii and the States, with their whole bubble process, is that you can only have a very limited bubble. So even if Toro Benzo, Gustavo Galeano's, or even Ryan... what?
Ryan Ford?
Ryan Ford.
Oh, yeah, Ford.
Yeah, if Ryan Ford, like he's a big fucker too. Yeah. Like if those guys try and go out on Tinder dates, it's not going to work.
He surprises me too because he's like the fattest guy on tour.
He's a beast, eh?
Yeah,
he's like 240 pounds.
Yeah, he's actually fat.
But he throws it though.
Good fat surfers though.
There's not many.
No.
But Ryan Ford,
he is fat.
His frontside hack is like that's up there with Geordie Smith.
Geordie, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Geordie. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
A nice guy too. Doesn't treat his woman badly.
Have you seen his wife?
Yeah, I have.
She is stunning.
Yeah, but looks aren't everything.
Looks, yeah, but she's pretty hot.
She's smoking hot.
She's a smoke show.
Doesn't matter if she's bitch and nasty to you and that, because you can get over it real fast.
Oh, you get over it,
in the shower and she doesn't know you're looking. You know that little crack that they sometimes leave open when they're showering. You just sort of through it.
Being, well, perv.
Just perv, yeah.
Yeah, just straight perving.
Get over the arguments when you perv.
Well, is that just on your significant other, or just
no,
women in general when women are in showers?
No, the only person that leaves a little bit of the door open is the significant other. Other women that shower in the room near me close the door and lock it.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. I don't even know where you'd find yourself in those situations where you're in the same room as someone
at the pool
showering. Okay.
In the women's changing rooms.
Yeah.
I used to be as a lifeguard at in Topor, and it was easy to get in there.
Like, no one wants to hear your life story, mate. They want to hear about the Pipeline Masters and the problems that Gustavo Galeanos and Toro Benzo face at the moment with their inability to fuck, because they're obviously single and they've gone to the Pipeline Masters, which is, you know, it's famous for all the I mean, I hate to say it so crass, but all the fat-ass titties on the beach.
Yeah.
And at the moment, there are absolutely no fat-ass titties on the beach because there are no crowds.
How do you keep them off the beach? Aren't they allowed, like, Hawaii is known for the fanny hustle. Like, those girls aren't just going to sit at home.
No,
they're chasing it like
they must be doing something else.
Somewhere.
Yeah. But then I think all the girls from the mainland, from the States, they're probably less inclined now because of the vid to go over to Hawaii and, you know, shake their thing on the beach and get their big fat-ass titties out on the beach. Sorry, I hate to say it. I don't mean to offend any woman out there, but I'm just saying as a point of view to the surfers in Hawaii at the moment. This is not my...
No,
this is not my thoughts. This is not my idea of...
Sharing facts, really.
Yeah, I'm just saying it how it is.
That's right.
And so they're at the Pipeline Masters, and all they're doing is fucking surfing Bonsai Pipeline. That's all they're doing.
What happened there? What Logo called it off, called it on?
Yeah, Eric Logan, he called it off because he got the vid. We talked about this last episode.
Yeah.
You know, he got COVID and he was like, well, shit, like, I don't want to just watch the live webcast with everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I became CEO so that I could be on the beach and watch this shit.
Yeah.
So and he wasn't allowed to. He wasn't allowed to because he's the CEO. So he was just like, well, we'll fucking shut it down for a few days. I'll get better. I'll come back. And I think he was also going for some kind of like Jesus resurrection sort of shit. You know, he fucking died, Eric Logan's dead. And then he, you know, goes and they chuck him in a cave, and then like a few days later he comes back out and he's like, I'm not dead.
I drank the same bleach that Donald did, sort of thing, you know, those guys.
That's not where my analogy was going. But yeah, sure, he drank some bleach. But anyway, it's back on, long story short. The contest is back on. And the waves are good.
Who's winning?
I don't know. You can't just say who's winning because there's heaps of rounds, right?
There must be scores.
Yeah, there's scores.
Yeah, so who's on top?
Jack Wilson had a good heat.
Yeah, Jack
Wilson, he got a couple of fucking drain pipes.
Tell you what, if he focuses on the surfing rather than the pussy, he can go really well.
Nah, he's one of the exceptions because his missus is a smoke show. Jack Wilson's missus is this Brazilian bombshell, right? So he's not. He's focused on surfing.
I was thinking of a different guy because the one I'm talking about, his missus is not a bombshell.
Oh, okay.
She looks like the place where the bomb hit.
Oh.
Like the mess afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Ugly. But no, Jack Wilson's missus.
Okay, sorry, Jack, and your missus, and to Mrs. Jack Wilson.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a real name, mate.
Julia.
You don't call her by that, do you? You just call her Mrs. Jack Wilson normally.
Nah. Oh, they are married actually.
Yeah.
So what's it? Julia Wilson. Julia Wilson.
Julian.
Julia Wilson.
Other woman?
So Jack Wilson's wife, Julia Wilson, and she's this gorgeous Brazilian chick. She's like a model and stuff. And she moved to Western Australia to live with Jack Wilson.
Is he Australian?
Yeah, he's Australian. He's actually the latest Volcom team rider.
God, he's making it hard. I sort of start hating him, then I like him, and I hate him, and I like him.
I hate him, I like him, and then he's a Volcom rider now. So that's take a little bit of shine off myself being a Volcom team rider.
Yeah.
Because I'm not currently on the world tour.
No.
And whereas he is. So obviously Volcom are buffing him out a bit more than they are me, which is unfortunate.
Well, you still get your odd T-shirt, as you can see here. It's just
that's heavily logoed.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. When you get less money and less sponsor, your logos get smaller. See, that's That logo there, that's only about that's a fucking thumbprint sized logo, and that's what happens when you eventually drop down the totem pole of sponsorship deals.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at now, where I've got a thumbprint logo, Volcom logo on my t-shirt.
You had a big Volcom stamp from your belly button to your nipples, right on the front, on the back.
No, Volcom. Mate, I'll tell you what, 2010 in my heyday, I had a massive Volcom, like right on my chest.
Yeah.
And it was quite unfortunate, on my belly.
On your belly.
And then the bigger my belly got, the smaller that logo became.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
So right. Funny, yeah.
Coincidence? Maybe, but probably not.
Yeah.
I think it had to do with my drinking.
Well, your surfing it's only got better, which is surprising.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think with age comes decrepitation.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if that's a word, but I feel like that probably explains perfectly what happens to your body when you get older. But the thing is, people, they don't take account for the upstairs, the top 2 inches, or in my case, 4 inches, because my brain is fucking massive.
Yeah, and you've got that big forehead. You've got like a 6-head, 5-head.
That's why I always wear hats.
Yeah.
And people don't take that into account. So with age, you gain more knowledge. And that's where I'm at the moment. Like, physically, yeah, I'm like 10 to 15 kgs heavier than I was 10 years ago. But
You're
mentally...
the sloppiest you've ever been physically.
What's that?
You're the sloppiest you've ever been physically.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked about being gout-riddled,
Yeah.
talked about being, a little bit like that's...
Yeah.
My belly shouldn't be hanging over my pants.
It shouldn't wiggle when you slap it.
No, it shouldn't do that. But what I have gained in weight, I have also gained in...
What's the word that you brainy people know?
Smartness.
Yeah.
I've also gained smartness, and that's why I go out and surf now, and I've got a better technique. I've got better wave selection. I'm just all around a better surfer, even though my body is a piece of shit. And so that's why I should be getting paid way more to be a professional surfer. And then I reckon if I was getting paid to do this shit, I'd probably make the world tour.
And then you reckon your missus would give you the pass?
Yeah, and then I would get the pass, and then I could just fuck my way around the world.
Does she get a pass while you're out?
No. That's not how it works.
No, because she's gaining when
this is not a democracy.
No, and when the surfers are out there fucking around the world and surfing really well, and they've got that freedom, the sex helps the success. And then the wife benefits from the success through money and shoes and things they care about.
She gets
like
shoes,
better kitchens,
handbags, Gucci stuff,
opening gate driveways and shit.
Yes.
And you can't get that without the full package. And I'm sorry, but the full package includes a free fuck pass.
That's it, the fuck pass. Because if a dude's going around the world and he doesn't have his missus with him and he's going dry balls for like, sometimes they're away for 2 months. They're going dry balls for 2 months.
Yeah. Who can do that?
That's ridiculous. You've got all this pent up aggression and stress because when you're like I said before, when you're like a top level athlete, you've got testosterone up to the eyeballs, and you've got to just alleviate that.
Your balls swell as a good.
It's less about the testicles. It's just more about that inner turmoil that you have as being someone that is full to the eyeballs, wound up with testosterone. And you have to find a way to release it. And if you're not doing that, and you're not doing that sexually with a partner, then it can get extremely stressful, and that's what leads to terrible results in surfing events.
Tiger Woods is your prime example.
Tiger Woods, perfect example of it.
Yep.
He fucked around, and look how good he was.
Yeah, and then when he was asked to stop, look what's happened to him.
Turned to shit, didn't it?
Absolutely fucking dropped the cake, didn't he?
Yeah, his wife, she
blew out.
Yeah, she was very needy.
Yeah.
She was very needy. He needed to... What?
I'm laughing at that, that's all. Because I'm worried about my dog. Can I stop the podcast?
Yeah, go sort your dog out.
Where the fuck's the dog?
Where is he?
Anyway. Why do they call it pipeline?
He'll be alright.
Is it because it's just big and hollow and pipey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a big, hollow, gnarly wave. Like they mainly call it pipeline because I guess it's like a big round kind of cylinder thing. There's actually a pipe. A gizzy pipe. There's a wave called gizzy pipe as well.
Oh, really? Like a big hollow pipeline wave that people can just go straight and do half a barrel on?
Nah, it's called gizzy pipe because it's just a big shit pipe that goes out into the ocean there.
Like
just big sewer pipe, yeah.
And so, there's a dog. Good, we can carry on. So there's a shit pipe in Gizzy, and that's why they call it pipeline.
Yeah.
Is it on an angle, so when the wave hits it, it breaks along the ship?
No. There's no positive.
There's
no positive attributes.
It's
just a pipe that goes out from the land with all the feces, and all the shit, and then it just goes straight out into the ocean. And that's Gizzy Pipe. And when I was a kid, I remember people talking about Gizzy Pipe, and I thought, fuck, I'd love to go surf that wave. It must be good because. Australia, the name. In Australia, they've got a place called Aussie Pipe.
Is that from a shit pipe?
No.
Or from a hollow wave?
No, that's because it's a hollow wave. It's this fantastic reef break. And I'd seen videos of that, and I was just thought, fuck, if it's called pipe, it must be good. And then I went to Gisborne, and it was just a shit pipe. It was a shit pipe.
Paddling amongst the local feces and urine. Gisborne's probably the worst sewers as well when you think about the people that live there.
Well, you can't say that about the people that live there. I told you what happened when I said something derogatory about Gisborne on a previous podcast.
Well, on this podcast, we like to speak the truth, and not everyone's going to like it.
Yeah, and some people from Gisborne took offence to that, and I totally understand that because people from Gisborne do take offence to things that they don't understand, which is most things. So I totally understand. I understand why they didn't understand because they're from Gisborne, and people from Gisborne don't actually understand a lot of things.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is. And I don't mean any offence to anyone from Gisborne because I love Gisborne.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I think that it's that we just have to be real though. And what's the listenership of Gisborne? Really. Very low. Half of them don't have the net or a device.
I wouldn't imagine. I wouldn't imagine. Yeah.
You'll get the odd comment, but I don't think it represents the full package of your listenership here. Don't worry about them.
No, I wouldn't worry. I mean, the only people from Gisborne who would probably listen to this or see anything I do are the people who have left Gisborne and have like a valid internet connection and the ability to use the internet.
Yeah.
So I'm not that worried about it really.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, but
is that Gizzy Pipeline just on Waikanae Beach?
Yeah, so Gizzy Pipeline. So the Gizzy Pipeline
by the big breaks, It's on the main.
Nah, it's not out at Wainui. Yeah. It's not out at Wainui, which is actually a really nice place.
Yeah, it's cool out there.
Actually quite nice out at Wainui.
Gisborne. That's nice.
I wouldn't really consider out Wainui to be part of Gisborne, but no, Gizzy Pipe.
All East Cape, beautiful. Gisborne itself.
So Gizzy Pipe, right, which is not a hollow wave at all. It's named because of a shit pipe that goes out into the ocean, full of feces that goes directly out into the ocean, and you surf next to it. So that's near where they have, I think around where they have that festival every. The one where all the teenagers go and do ecstasy every year.
Yeah, Rhythm and Vines.
Rhythm and Vines and Baywatch.
Baywatch is the campground where they stay, which is just next to the beach. That's why I asked that. Yes. I stayed there, and there's a big shit pipe there.
Yeah, that's a shit pipe, so that's Gizzy Pipe. So that's Gizzy Pipe, not because it's a hollow wave like Pipeline in Hawaii, but because of the shit pipe.
It's a wonderful metaphor for Gisborne, really, isn't it? The Gizzy Pipe. It just sort of explains the whole place.
Yeah. Like if you were to say, there's a place called Gizzy Pipe. Oh, why is it named that? It's because there's a shit pipe that goes out into the ocean.
Yeah. Gizzy Pipe? Nah.
Yeah.
Is it any good does it create any good surf on Wainui Beach? Does he surf there?
Oh, I've never. Every time I've been there, it's a closeout. I've seen a couple of right-handers, but to me, they mean nothing to me because I don't go right. Yeah,
it's a right.
Yeah, but I know it is popular. I know it is. Gisborne is a popular place with teenagers around New Year's when they go there to do ecstasy for the first time.
Yeah, lose their virginities in a tent.
Lots of vomiting.
Wake up sweating like a. Vomiting. Waking up sweating in a tent next to someone you don't know is in their tent.
It's disgusting. Yeah. Waking up sweating in a pile of vomit. That's just asking for a severe case of dehydration.
Yeah. I went to that 5 times.
I've never been.
Used to be my job to go.
Was it?
Yep. To that Baywatch.
You yuck.
I know.
Couldn't pay me to go to that shit.
I should probably be interviewed and gone through the police system throughout those 4 years, but look, I didn't. And here we are.
Oh, we made it. Fucking made it. Made it out of Gizzy. But yeah, festivals.
I do feel sorry for Gisborne because people just turn up. Gisborne from January the 5th is a wounded town.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And I heard they leave a lot of. There's been a real problem the last few years in New Zealand with the price of tents.
That's right.
Tents have are far too cheap.
They are way too cheap, yeah.
You can buy a tent for, I think, like $20 to $30.
Yep.
And the problem is that people are going to these festivals and they buy a tent for $30. And most of them don't even sleep on it because they're on ecstasy for the whole time and methamphetamines. Yeah. And they don't even sleep in the tent anyway, so it's a waste of time. But what they do...
$30.
Got to save $30. Because what's an ecstasy pill or a bag of meth is $50. You're going to fucking buy that anyway if you're one of these children that go to these festivals. And so there's no point spending $30, $40 on a tent. No. But anyway, what they do...
Another half a bag.
Got to got another half a bag or a half an ecstasy pill.
Yeah.
And so what they're doing is they're going to these festivals, buying these tents, and then at the end they just leave all their trash, all their rubbish, all their shit, feces, vomit, sweat in these tents, and they just fuck off and leave them there because they're like, well, what's the point? I don't want to drag this around. It's a $30 tent. I'm only going to go tenting one time a year. It's at this festival. So next year I'll just purchase another tent.
It's actually like a landfill.
It is. That's the problem. It's like a landfill.
Dump your rubbish and your wad, and then you leave.
Yeah.
And then
you drop everything.
Turn it over. Resoil it and start again.
Yep.
Got a year to try and get some grass back on the new landfill.
Oh.
Make it look like a paddock.
Oh, it'd be disgusting. Imagine cleaning all that shit up. Because they had a festival in Raglan a couple of years ago, and this was the issue. This was the big problem. Yeah. Was all the tents.
Really?
You know? Yeah, it was intense.
Where is the
like that's a good one, eh?
Where is
Fuck, what's so funny.
What's the Raglan festival about?
It's called Sound Splash.
Oh, I want to go to that.
Yeah, I think they've got it next year.
Do they allow people out of Raglan? Do locals let you in?
I'm not even sure if you're allowed to go if you're a local. I'm pretty sure it's just solely for out-of-towners.
Oh, do the locals hate it?
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
A lot of them do. But a lot of them go because it's a great event.
It's fun.
And there's a lot of small community businesses that do well out of it. They have like pop-up stalls or whatever, or there's a lot of musicians in Raglan.
Yep.
It's set up by a local family. So in that aspect, it's actually really positive. But there's obviously, with anything like that, you're going to have a lot of negativity surrounding it.
Yeah. And
I fucking hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah, but like I'm only one person.
And you've got a job, and sort of, most of Raglan doesn't. So,
yeah.
It's nice for them because they can sell a sausage at that time or some parking on their front lawn.
Yeah.
So it's good. But
that's good for those small businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if your small business means like private parking on your front lawn, and that is your small business, then this is the time to, as they say, make that hay while the sun shines.
If I was a local in Raglan at Sound Splash time, I'd sell undersized tinnies. That would be my business. I'd grow and buy as much marijuana as I could. It's a legal business. Illegal.
Oh, illegal.
Yeah, I'm not paying taxes, and I would sell undersized tinnies. So like $15 worth for 20.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. That's just a way to skim a bit off the top. And I was going to say you're not going to get repeat business, but if it is just for 2 days, for 2 days a year, it doesn't matter.
And they're desperate.
They're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to give that fucking drug dealer a bad Yelp review.
No.
It's
I'm
just
not
like,
on Yelp.
You're not even on Yelp. Who cares?
No. They don't know my name.
They don't know your name. They're not going to come back for repeat business as long as you can do that to enough people. The problem is, though, if you're there for 2 days and then that gets spread, that bad news, that's worse than a Yelp review.
I say I'm Luke, and they're like, fuck, Luke from Raglan, and it's either you or Luke Hughes.
There's another Luke.
Who?
Luke Mathers.
Oh, fucking the Mathers.
Yeah, we won't get started on the Mathers. But
Why
there's 3 Lukes. There's like 3 Lukes in Raglan.
The Mathers.
There's 3 Lukes. So it can get confusing if you say you're Luke.
Sam Mathers.
Bun.
Bunny.
Bun.
Jesus. Okay.
But yeah, anyway, we've got a festival coming up.
Beautiful art.
Yeah, great art.
Terrible man.
Great art. Terrible human. Great. No, I'm just kidding. If you listen to this, Bun, which I know you fucking definitely won't, yeah, you're a good cunt.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, festivals.
Yeah.
Festivals. Do you know that festivals? Have you seen how many NBA players they go to festivals? Well, that's one of the things that I couldn't understand, like because I've been going to festivals for the last few years, was because I knew that right. So the NBA season was on at the same time as like most of our festivals, but then I was just trying to figure out how these guys got so much time off and they just come over on their little vacations and come to little old New Zealand and go to these music festivals.
Who?
Well, like, because the last one I went to, I walked around, I saw this guy, and I was like, who's that? And then I looked on the back and it said it was LeBron James. I was like, holy shit. And then there's the other guy standing right next to him, and it was fucking Steph Curry. And I was just like, who Who would think that these two guys would come like on holiday in the middle of the NBA season and go to this festival?
Together. And wear their players' jerseys that have their names on them.
Yeah, and then Kobe Bryant was standing there. And Kobe's...
He was dead.
R.I.P. Kobe, my man.
Yeah.
But he was there. There was like heaps of dudes. Dirk Nowitzki was there. It was just all these famous fucking NBA basketball players.
Butler.
And I just thought, why would they be wearing like slide shoes and like real short board shorts as well?
Yeah, and then they're white.
And that was one thing that I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
Their complexion was extremely
black
pale.
on TV.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought if I had the contrast or the brightness of my TV down, because I'm sure LeBron James looked a lot darker.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But you see him in real life, he's my colour.
Yeah, no.
And he's only 5'7".
Yeah, no, it's very puzzling. But I think that's just the way of the NBA. Not really a true sporting event and sort of hammed up like boxing.
Yeah.
You don't really get the true picture of athleticism and genuineness. It's like magic.
It is. It's all just it's an entertainment product. Right. Because when you see these guys,
a good example.
When you see these guys in real life at music festivals, and I tell you what, they're all at music festivals, all of them. You just see NBA jerseys everywhere. So when you see them at music festivals,
I saw him the other day.
They're very underwhelming. Yeah.
He was at Countdown.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
saw Steven Adams 3 times the other day. He was down at Vic Park. He was jogging, and then I saw him at the fucking pub. He was having a beer, and I saw him. I went into was it Cotton On? I went into Cotton On to get my girlfriend a T-shirt, and he was there as well.
That. Do not get her presents.
No, I wasn't even a present. I was just picking something up.
Oh, good.
I was picking something up for her. I'm not going to get her a gift. She's not a whore.
No.
Told you this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, well, that's just so interesting. I don't know why they do that, but I guess it's something to look out for this summer.
Yeah, look out for all those the NBA All-Star team. East and West, they'll probably be floating around. They'll be at that festival in Raglan and no doubt the one in Gisborne.
It's funny that you mentioned that too about the big celebrities and looking different on TV and coming out here for New Zealand. Have you seen The Rock in real life? You know, the wrestling, that's all hammed up, it's all fake.
Oh, yeah.
The Rock in real life? He does not. He is a little Weasley white prick.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's all CGI, isn't it?
He looks nothing like they do to him with makeup and shit on TV.
Makeup works wonders, eh?
The Rock is not impressive in real life.
They say it adds 10 pounds.
The
camera adds 10 pounds, which is that's 4.5 kgs.
That explains how we
and
look
New Zealand
on this
weights.
Video too. Actually, I'm much fitter in real life.
Yeah,
That's not real.
I'm slender. This bit hanging over my shorts. That doesn't hang over my shorts in real life.
And if you see my sex tape floating around there, that's not true. I'm bigger than that.
You don't have a sex tape. Get back on track. What else? There's some feedback?
There's some feedback. We've had some strong feedback in recent days. And we were just going to share that with you.
Like positive? Are we talking like positive feedback?
It's a range. Mixed reviews.
Yep.
One of them that I've got here says, Luke, you need to shave. I think they were talking to you.
They were talking to me?
You're not going to shave, are you?
I'm probably not going to shave.
They don't know. They did say your face.
Yeah. I'll shave my face, yeah.
Anyway.
I have this problem with a lot of people think that I have a beard.
Yeah.
I don't have a beard.
No.
Someone hit me up on the internet the other day and they said, hey, we'd love to do a collaboration. They thought I was a fucking influencer, which I'm definitely not.
No.
And they were like, well, we'd love to do a collaboration. You can like be an ambassador for our beard oil or beard balm range or whatever.
Beard lube.
And I just said, well, what? What are you accusing me of? Having a beard? Do you think I have a beard? I said, look, I don't have a fucking beard. I just don't shave.
Yeah.
There's a very big difference.
Massive difference.
There's a huge difference.
Because a beard is something that is done on purpose, looked after, shaped, groomed, and made.
Yes.
Kind of like a ponytail.
Exactly. Well, no. But yeah, basically similar to a ponytail, but absolutely nothing like a ponytail as well. Okay. But a beard is something that, you look after and you groom it. You nurture it. And I don't do that. I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
And that's what fucks me off. People just like, oh, he's the bald guy with a beard. And I'm actually not bald. I do shave my head. I just have very minimal hair. It's like a horseshoe around the back of my head.
It is quite a funny sort of polar, though.
What?
It'd be nice to maybe swap it a little.
Oh, yeah, I know. Ideally, in an ideal world, I would. And then this isn't a beard. They're like, oh, there's the bald dude with a beard. Another bald dude with a beard. Yeah. I don't have a beard. I just don't shave.
Yeah.
I shave on the top of my head, but I don't shave this bit. It's not a beard.
What about, do you shave what else do you clean
the little manscaping down below there.
That's important.
But no, I don't shave, and that's the difference.
How did you go with the influence? Did you choose to take on the beard oils and make some sort of push it for cash and you don't even care about it? Or
no, well, I think after I accused them of being a fucking idiot because they couldn't tell the difference between someone with a beard and someone who just doesn't shave, they lost interest pretty quickly.
There is some real advantages about putting that stuff in, whether it's a non-shave or a beard. It does help with French kissing. It just leaves less residue on your lips, and it just makes for a more silkier experience.
You wouldn't fucking know. You don't have a beard, or you shave too.
I've kissed a few people with beards, that's all. And the ones that wore the lube, I enjoyed.
You say fucking always sexual innuendo shit with you.
Oh, that's actually some of the feedback. Less sexual innuendo.
Well, that was what we had like 2-3 weeks ago.
The same guy's asking me to do less of it.
Yeah, less sexual innuendo again. Because you can never find that comfortable level of the right amount of sexual innuendo. Because I'm not saying no sexual innuendo.
What's a comfortable level?
That was me, by the way, that did that comment.
Was that you feeding back?
That was me on the internet, and I had a pseudonym. And
what's a comfortable level? Maybe 5 things a podcast?
It depends, I think, how heavily you go into the sexualized innuendo as well.
Well,
earlier on this podcast, you just said straight anal sex, and it's just like, that's not what this podcast is about. That's crass. We don't need the details about what people's sexual preferences are.
No, because everybody
you can say jizz is fine.
Coming to town and going to Danny Doolan's to find anal. It was in the headlines. So all I was doing was sharing facts.
No, that's bullshit.
Issues.
That's fucking bullshit. You just made that up because you wanted to say anal. That's it. Because you keep going on with your sexual innuendo. I reckon you can say jizz a couple of times on this podcast is fine. Like anal, maybe not.
Once?
Okay, fucking once.
Okay.
Maybe once. But just less sexual innuendo.
I guess what I need is more feedback from our haters.
Oh, definitely more feedback.
How much sexual innuendo? How many times can I say anal and talk about it? And how many times can I go into some of the other things I enjoy? Like, well, I won't go into them now because I don't know.
No, don't because we haven't set that yet. So you shouldn't be saying any more sexual innuendo.
We need to build a bar.
I think you've used it all up in the last 5 podcasts.
So no more sexual innuendo for the rest of this?
Yeah, just try and just go with none.
Mm-hmm.
And what other feedback do we have?
There was one on your computer.
Oh, there was this one. Someone said, this was in regard to the video that I did about accents, about the different accents, and I said something about. Sorry, I'm just kind of burping, but not burping. Said something about the New Zealand accent and how I didn't want it, and then later I said I was proud of it. And anyway, someone said it's not cool because I said the New Zealand accent, which I guess that's what our accent is known worldwide as, the New Zealand accent. And they said it's not called New Zealand, it's Aotearoa, you white pig with no tail. And this fucked me off, right, when I saw that. And because I thought, it's not called Aotearoa, you white pig with no tail. And I just thought, how do they know that I don't have some kind of defect where I have like a little nub, little tail?
Well, you do actually, don't you?
No, I don't, but I just don't like people to assume things.
You got a tailbone, you got a coccyx.
I got a coccyx. Yeah, coccyx. Tailbone, whatever that is. I don't even know if it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's a coccyx there. It was coccyx. Sternum. Okay, whatever. Yep. Completely different thing. Yep. But what I'm saying is that pissed me off because they just assumed that I don't have a tail.
I'd just like to let everyone know you do have a coccyx and your anatomy is relatively normal.
Yeah. So next time that someone says, you white pig with no tail, fuck you, you don't know. You cannot just assume.
You've never turned around.
You cannot assume someone's
tailless.
Tailness.
Yeah.
Tailness.
So fuck off somewhere else with your tail. Do they have a tail? Are they putting you down for not having a tail because they've got a tail or because... And what is it?
Well, that's what I took from it. I just assumed that they're, I've got this cool big tail, and then they're trying to tease me for having no tail. That's what I took out of that comment.
You've just got to remember, some people on the internet are fucking dumb.
Oh, so many are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's some dumb cunts that we're talking to now. I mean, hopefully you're not, if you're listening to this, whoever you are, but, you might be a cunt.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
If you comment,
and I'm not going to assume it, but I am assuming that there are some cunts. But I'm not assuming that you're a cunt.
Are we allowed to say cunt?
I am.
Check. You are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just done 4 cunts. I'm not allowed any. I've done 2, so we're probably going to have to stop there.
All right. What, stop? The podcast will just stop?
Cunting.
Oh, stop saying cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was there anything else we had?
Mermaids.
Oh, no, I wanted to say something about, water safety this summer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's, summer and water's real.
Yeah. So I was trying to think up an idea for a safety campaign. Because you see them coming up into summer, you see all the water safety campaigns, you see the drink driving campaigns, you see the don't fish and smoke campaigns, like all these different campaigns
Fish
about
and smoke.
You don't fish and smoke. It was something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Don't smoke fish.
It might have been something to do with diabetes. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's all these different safety campaigns that come up, and I just kind of thought I had this good idea that would just encompass all of them into one. And I wanted to pitch it to like an advertising agency and see if I could make a bit of coin out of it.
Okay, go.
And okay, so it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just someone, and they're just like, and it just lists all the stuff, like, and it's just boom, 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 and then it's just someone, and they just don't do dumb shit.
All the stuff, the bad things that could happen. Don't do that.
Yeah, just don't do that. Stop. Just don't do that shit. Like that. Because ultimately, that's what those ads are. They're very confusing because they take you on this full narrative and this journey, and you're just like, whoa, where's this going? Wow, that's really cool. That's shot so beautifully. Oh, some nice music and stuff. Oh, that's a gorgeous little fucking old man and in their relationship. And you're just like, what's the fucking story? What are they trying to tell me here?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just reckon you just have someone and say, oi, don't do dumb shit. Like for all ocean safety, it's just like, kind of think. Because, like, here's what I always think. Like, if you die, like most of the times if you die in an accident, a lot of the times that is natural selection. And natural selection comes from people doing dumb shit. Mm-hmm. So if you just have someone on an ad, on a campaign, they just say, don't do dumb shit. And then it's going to get those people who are considering doing dumb shit. They'll probably just stop doing dumb shit. And the people that are going to do dumb shit, they're just going to die anyway because that's natural selection and that's just how that works.
So do you think that if we took away the flags, the same amount of people would die each year?
Yeah. I think it's still going to be the same amount of people because you're going to have people. Ones. They're the dumb ones. They're the people that have been naturally selected to pass on into the other world.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a great video, and I think you should definitely do safety videos.
Yeah, so safety videos.
It's quite a good idea. It's a quite nice thing to do for the country at this time of year too. You've done it in the past, and it's kind of a thing we rely on for summer.
Yeah.
I definitely use it.
Yeah.
To make sure
I'm thinking about doing another one.
Get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, how many times?
I make my baby watch it.
Yeah. Your baby hasn't died.
My baby is not dead.
Yeah.
She might look dead, like she on her last legs, but we'll see how she goes.
Oh, she seems to be doing all right. If your fucking house is anything to go by, it's a goddamn mess in there.
Yeah, that thing's fucked. But I got a woman, so that'll happen after 5 tonight. She'll sort that out.
Ah, yeah, that's a good old woman. All right, so should we end on a positive note then?
Yeah. I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
I didn't really have anything. I didn't actually plan to get to the end of this episode. So
what were you thinking was going to happen?
I didn't know what was going to happen, but I really didn't. I didn't plan on getting to the end of this episode. So now I'm kind of a little bit stuck. So I'll just go with Merry Christmas because it's going to be Christmas in a few days' time.
Yep.
And I hope you've received some stuff that is meaningful to you, and it's not just like shit that you're going to throw directly into the ocean.
Do something physical for your partner this year, I reckon.
Do something physical.
Give them a physical treat.
A physical gift.
Yep.
Something that involves physicality.
Yeah. That's what I'd like.
Like a arm wrestle.
Like an arm wrestle, pat on the back.
You know what movie? I want to see that movie Over the Top with Sly Stallone.
Why?
Because I haven't seen it in years and I want to see it again. He's like a truck driver.
Yeah.
And he does arm wrestles.
Yeah, and he does. He does like a...
And he turns his head around. Turns his head around back and goes...
And then he wraps his fingers around the other man's thing and then he just...
Yeah.
And you know how he got so strong?
Go to the gym.
I can't mention it because I'm not allowed to talk about sexual innuendo.
Oh, okay. Well, good. But yeah, just like, I guess, go watch a Christmas movie. Watch Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. And just enjoy your holidays if you're on holiday. And if you're not, then fucking sucks to be you.
And I'm actually going to mention it because it's important. He was tugging off other guys. And that's how you get a real quick fast full run.
Oh, this is fucked. You've fucked us
now. If you do it to yourself,
look, we got to end now.
It's harder to do to another man.
Thanks for listening. If you made it to the end,
it's like weight training.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next year. Have a good Christmas.